Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is 9 o'clock on a Sunday, which means it's time for a review show special. Now, this is where I take a particular deep dive into a trick, a subject, a creator, a production company, and I tell you exactly what I think. And today, it's been a while since I've done this. I'm going to look at one of my own tricks. This has just been live launched a few days ago by Alakazam. This is Christmas cards, and I am incredibly excited to bring this to the Magic community. A lot of people have asked me about it and what it does and so on and so forth. So I thought the easiest way to do that is to do a review show special on it. So today I'm going to be talking all about Christmas cards. I'm also going to be showing you some exclusive live performance footage from the project so you can see this working for real people in the real world. But without further ado, let's have a look at Christmas cards. So the question is, what is Christmas cards? Well, there's a little bit of an interesting history behind it. Before I get into the history, I want to just show you the trailer so you can see exactly what this is, because this is going to get, the trailer's going to give you a good idea of exactly what Christmas cards is. So I'm going to show you the trailer first of all. Let me play the trailer for you. And then after the trailer, I'm going to talk you through exactly what's going on and what's happening in this. And don't forget, you're going to see some exclusive live performance footage as well. But first of all, this is the trailer to Christmas cards.
Go for it. Yeah, of course you can. The first thing that I predicted was the present, right?
Yeah, the present.
And I wrote something down, and then you told me you wanted a holiday to Japan.
Yeah.
And I wrote down.
No! I hate it. I don't like it.
And then after that, I wrote down drink, and I predicted the drink, and you went for Bailey's, and I put.
Oh, come on.
And then finally, you were going to settle down and watch a film,
Hopefully.
and that's what I got.
I don't want to do it. I'm really scared.
Hey guys, my name's Craig Petty, and on behalf of Alakazam, I want to welcome you to Christmas Cards. Christmas Cards is a project with 20 plus routines that are designed to incorporate the thing that people love most about Christmas, which is Christmas films. And I'm really not joking. Think about all the conversations that you have with friends, with family, with people that you perform to over the festive period. A lot of the time people argue about Christmas films. What's the best Christmas film? What's the worst Christmas film? Is Die Hard a Christmas film?
And so I said to them, I said, look. I said, look, here's what I'll do. I'll turn over 2 of the cards. If you can guess what that card is, I said to the whole family, if you can guess what that card is, then whoever guesses it correctly, that's the film we're going to watch. My son went for Elf. My daughter went for Christmas Chronicles. My wife, Sarah, who's smart, she said, I think it's probably half Christmas Chronicles and half Elf. And I said, screw you all, it's Die Hard, and that's the one we're watching, and you guys have got no choice about it at all. So.
Can I touch the card?
Go for it. Yeah, of course you can.
That's crazy.
Very impressive.
Wow.
I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much.
Where's that coming from though? I'm like this, looking at it like that.
Hogwarts here, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what it's like in my
Real
house.
magic, it's real magic that is.
Now in 2023, I brought out Monsters, which was a massive success. And so many people have bought it and incorporated it into their act. Well, we have taken the Monsters concept and we have applied it to Christmas films. We have incorporated an incredible marking and cribbing system that allows you to know everything at any point.
If you're happy, I'm happy. Look at the bottom card. Remember it? Put it there and put it on top. Put your hand on top. Perfect. Okay, you're smiling. This is a film that you've seen before, right? But it was a long time ago. Is that right? It's a long time. It was like really a long time ago. Like you remember watching it, but you don't remember it very, very well, but you remember seeing it many, many years ago. Is that right? Yeah, look at me. Think of the first Okay, interesting. There's multiple words in here.
Yeah.
4 words.
Yeah.
Think of the first word. Think of the first letter. It's a J. Think of a letter in the middle of the word. You went back and forth, didn't you? Again, between like an N and a G. Yeah. Okay, so that tells me exactly what it is. There's an E at the end of that first word, isn't it? The first word will give it away completely. Jingle all the way, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Christmas cards is more than just telling people the name of the film they're thinking of. We have loaded this project down with tons of routines that are super commercial, super practical, and work in the real world, so that whether you're a hobbyist, an amateur, a professional, a semi-professional, these are routines that you are going to love to perform all throughout the Christmas period.
Now think about this for a minute. She thought of a film. He thought of a film. Both Roz and Sam haven't written it down. They haven't told anybody. It exists purely in your imagination. If I managed to get those films, would that be pretty good? Even Paddy would be impressed with this. I made the prediction. Once again, tell us, what was the film you thought of? Fred Claus, which is what I got, which is quite good. You haven't even said your film out loud.
No.
What was the film?
Elf.
You could do this just as one quick bit, or you could literally use these cards to do a 20-minute routine, a 20-minute act. It's completely up to you, but if you want to do that, then this is the project for you.
Just say it over and over in your head, not out loud, because that'd be stupid. Say it over and over in your head, over and over in your head. You know, it's a wonderful life, it's a wonderful life, it's a wonderful. Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah. Now I'm going to show you magic, right? Which is a different thing. So take another one. Just touch another one. Yeah, because you're fun. Are you sure you want that one?
No.
That one, yeah?
That's the one I've had already.
I don't know. How am I supposed to know? Do you want that one? You can put it back and grab it. You want that one? Okay. So this time we're going to do something different. So I'm going to go through. We're going to put it back. Anytime you want to, just say stop.
Stop.
Yeah, put it back there. Now,
It took over.
there's a difference between magic and mind reading. Mind reading is me telling you what you're thinking of. Mind reading would be me stating a statement, not actually even asking you any information. Mind reading would be me making a statement, something like, "You are thinking of Fred Claus." That would be mind reading. Magic would be me doing something to that card to make it stand out from the others. Like if I snapped my fingers and I looked through, and suddenly there was one card with a question mark on it and one card only. That would be good. I mean, it might not be the one. You thought of Fred Claus, right? Don't think that's crazy. Now, there is another rule in magic, which is never repeat the trick. The first time it's entertainment, the second time it's education. I'm going to do it again one last time. But this time you're going to pick a card, Max.
Okay.
So I'm going to go through. Just say stop anytime you want to. Stop. There. You want that one there, or you want that one there? That one there. Can I ask, have you ever helped a magician before? Because frankly, you're not helping one right now, but that's okay. It's my fault. I shouldn't have picked it. Have a look at the card that you stopped on. Yeah? And put it back in the middle. And once again, we're going to make one card stand out. Like I said, this is between magic and mind reading. Mind reading would be me telling you the card that you've got. Magic would be making it stand out. Magic would be making it stand out. Oh dear. I always struggle with the Polar Express. Always struggle with the Polar Express. It's there. Well, you know what? One card is standing out, right? One card.
shit.
No, I refuse. That's not it.
Very good.
My name's Craig Petty, this is Christmas Cards, and all I can say is Merry Christmas, ho, ho, ho. So Christmas cards came about at around about the same time that Monsters came about. Now, if you're not aware, Monsters was a trick I brought out just before Halloween with Alakazam magic. And when I came up with the concept of Monsters, It was designed as a Halloween trick that you could do all year round. But I said to Pete at the time, I said, you know what? This concept has legs and would work really well as a Christmas trick as well. Now, Alakazam like to bring a Christmas trick out every year. Last year, they brought out Elf by me, which is a packet trick that I love performing. Elf is amazing. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's great. But every year they like to bring a Christmas trick out. And I said, Pete, this concept could work really well with Christmas films. Because for me, one of the big parts about Christmas is watching films. Me and my wife, genuinely, me, my wife and my kids, we get together and we kind of plan out what films we're going to watch over Christmas. And, my wife always wants to watch The Holiday. The kids always want to watch the Home Alone series. I'm a big fan of the Christmas Chronicles and, of course, Die Hard. And we kind of plan out what we're going to watch every year, and we don't always manage it, but we hit a lot of the big ones. And there's always new films that are coming out every year at Christmas as well. And I just love watching Christmas films. It makes me feel Christmassy. And I said to Pete at Alakazam, I said, you know what? There's never really been a film, a trick about Christmas cards, but it can, just that as a hook. Hey, you like watching films at Christmas? What's your favorite Christmas movie? Kind of is an interesting hook right away. And so I said to Pete, I said, look, let's bring out Monsters. And then I can, while we're waiting to bring out Monsters, I can kind of take the same concepts that are built into Monsters and I can start creating the Christmas version of this. And it would be a big crossover in terms of the tricks that you could do. And he was like, yep, go for it. Literally the day after Monsters came out, I said to Pete, right, order the sample, order the what do you call it? The prototype. This is exactly what I want to do with it. And he was like, yeah, okay. So Aid got to work on the artwork and he created the artwork. And a couple of days later, I had in my hands Christmas cards. Now, for those of you that don't know what Monsters is, but Christmas cards is basically Monsters, but around Christmas films. So what it is if you know what Monsters is and you've got Monsters, you're going to know what the trick is. Or I call it a trick. It's not a trick. It's a project. And we'll get to the content of this in a minute. But basically, it's a set of 16 cards. And these cards depict famous Christmas films. Now, there's a few principles built into this, and I'll probably do a math test on this at some point. There's a few principles built into these cards. Now, first of all, there's 16 cards. Each one is a movie poster for a Christmas film. Now, the cards are in alphabetical order from A through to P. So A is Arthur Christmas, B is Bad Santa, C is Christmas Chronicles, D is Die Hard, E is Elf, so on and so forth. There's 16 films altogether, right? And they're in alphabetical order. So technically, if you have them in stack and you look at what the bottom card is, it's going to tell you what the top card is. But you don't need to memorize anything. You don't need to worry about that because the backs of the cards, which were created by Aid Gower, is a really innovative system that basically takes all the memory work out of it for you because the backs of the cards are a crib and a marking system built in. So in other words, the backs of the cards, what it does is it tells you the order of the 16 cards. And you can literally just glimpse the backs of the cards and immediately you'll know what the order is. Not only that, but when you look at the backs of the cards, you'll see little bubbles. Each one of those bubbles is the film. So Arthur Christmas has got a little picture of Arthur. Bad Santa has got a little picture of the guy from Bad Santa. D has got a picture of Bruce Willis. And using that, you don't need to know. If you just look at what the cards are and you just look at the films, you'll immediately be able to look at the backs of the cards and know what they are, and you'll know the order they're in, which is great. But it's also marked because the backgrounds of each one of the bubbles is different colours. And what you do is you look for the red background, and the red background tells you what the card is. And it's very easy to spot because those bubbles, the order of the cards is repeated 3 times along the back. So you literally can have them cut the cards or take a card, and if they're in stack, they can take the card. You look at the card, and immediately you just look for the red bubble. It'll tell you what the card is. But because they're in stack, you can have them cut the cards, and you can look at the top card, see where the red bubble is. Let's say the red bubble is F. That's Fred Claus. You then look one to the left, and it's going to tell you what the card at the bottom is, which is elf. Or you can have them take a card, and just by looking away and then just putting the cards on the table, when you glance down, you're going to know the card you looked at. They took, so you don't even need to look at the back of the card they've taken. You could literally be out the room, have them cut the cards, take the card, look at it, put it away in the pocket, and when you come back, you'll immediately know the film that they're thinking of, which is great. And it also means that you know the position of every card in the deck. Because let's say they cut the cards, obviously, because there's 16 cards, it's a cyclical stack. So let's say they cut the cards, and then you say there's 16 movie posters here, name a number from 1 to 16, and they go 5. All you've got to do is look at the back of the cards, find the red background, find the red bubble, go 5 to the right, and then that'll tell you what the card is in the 5th position. Then you just look at the little picture and it'll tell you immediately which one it is. Like, the system is genius, but as well as the 16 cards, you've also got 4 extra cards that are supplied with it as well, in which the binary system is built into it. So these 4 cards are 4 lists. It's like the highest rated Christmas films, the most popular Christmas films, the most profitable Christmas films, that sort of thing. And the 4 lists are made up of the 16 films in the stack. And so what you can do is you can use that as a binary system. That's the binary system that's built into those cards. So you can literally have them. Well, there's some routines that just use the 4 binary cards. So you could put those in your wallet and you're ready to do a couple of tricks at the moment's notice. And it's very EDC because you just need those 4 cards. But if you combine those 4 cards with the deck, and you combine them with the cards that they actually get supplied as well, you can perform absolute miracles. You also get a stranger card with a different back, which allows you to do any routines where the back of the cards changes. So there's a bunch of stuff. Now, on the original Monsters, I got 14 different routines on there. So there were 14 different tricks. And like I said, it was very well received. I've had more, incredible feedback about Monsters from people than almost any trick I've ever bought out. Like, people just love Monsters, which is great. I think they love the combination of the methods, the fact that there's no memory work, the fact that there's no mental arithmetic, there's no cribs, there's no external cribs to look at. Everything's built into the backs of the cards. It's just great. And when I said I wanted to do the Christmas version, I said to Pete, we can't just do the same 14 tricks as Monsters. People who have bought Monsters that then buy Christmas cards might be a little bit disappointed because it's the same tricks. And Pete disagreed, but I said, look, leave it with me. I'm going to put some more routines together. And I created another 10 routines. I think there's 24 routines with Christmas cards. And the project is in 3 sections. So the first section is an overview of how all the cards work and how the back design works and how the cribbing system works and the binary system works. The second section is all of the original routines that came with Monsters, but showing how I perform them as a Christmas trick, and showing how the presentation changes. So, for example, the Monty routine with Christmas cards is brilliant. It's just really, really funny. And then the third section is all brand new routines that were created specifically for the Christmas cards. But the cool thing is, all of the routines that have been created specifically for Christmas cards can be done with Monsters as well. So if you've already got Monsters and you're one of those people that have picked up Monsters, and there's a lot of you out there, you could skip the first 2 sections because you already know the original tricks that were on Monsters. You already know how the cards work. You can go into section 3, you can learn all the new material, and you can apply all of that new material to Monsters as well. And all of the tricks that you're already doing with Monsters, you can actually do with the Christmas cards routines as well. So there's a lot of crossover in many, many ways, which is cool, which is really, really good. The one thing that's different to Monsters is we also incorporated a one-way back design with the Monsters cards. So the color grading on the backs of the cards starts with a dark blue and then gets to a lighter blue. And so you can have someone pick a card, and they take the card and you flip the deck round, have it put back in, have them shuffle the cards, and just by spreading them in between my hands, you can immediately tell where that reverse card is, but nobody else will be able to see. And because you know where the reverse card is, if you just glimpse the back design, you'll know which one it is because it's marked. It's really clever, really. Now, like I say, there's about 24 routines. half of them use the cards in stack, half of them don't use the cards in stack. And I did that on purpose because the way I use these is I start with the cards in stack and then I go into not having the cards in stack. They I part way through I have the cards shuffled, and I go into routines that don't involve the cards being stacked. So you can go in many different directions depending on which way you go with it. Now I want to the project is loaded down with live performances, and it's something I insisted. A lot of the time with Alakazam they don't do live performances, or they limit the live performances, or a lot of the projects are studio performances, or the performance is done to someone in the shop or something like that. It's important to me that wherever possible I can get live performances of all of my projects, and I spent the entire day in Birmingham running around and getting live performances, and they've been included on the project. I'm going to play some live performances for you now. This is kind of an exclusive look at some of the live performances that are on the project. So have a look at these. You're going to see a bunch of live performances here of multiple different routines. And then we'll bring it in and I'll give it a review for you.
Let's just take 3 out. So I can tell you a little story. I'm not the greatest storyteller in the world, but I can tell you a story. Do you guys like Christmas?
I love Christmas.
So I've been talking about my wife, and it's true. My wife is absolutely obsessed with Christmas. I've got 2 kids, a boy and a girl. The boy is 10, the girl's 8, and my son is a magician as well. Do you watch Britain's Got Talent?
Sometimes, yeah.
So 2 years ago, he got through to the live finals of Britain's Got Talent, doing magic. And he's just come back from America. He did America's Got Talent. Yeah. It's sad, but he's way more famous than me. My daughter knows every trick in the book, and so does my wife. So there's a lot of magic that goes on in our family. And I'm not really bothered about there's only one film I ever want to watch at Christmas, and I'm never allowed to watch it because apparently it's not a Christmas film. But my family, they are obsessed with picking films for Christmas, right? And so what we do, and the reason we got these cards, is because on Christmas Day, or when we say we're going to watch a film, each one of them will take a card out of their pack and throw it down, and that's the film they want to watch. And then it's my job to try and decide out the 3 which one, right?
Yeah.
And I've got to be honest, my daughter's 8, she's cute as a button, and I try to cheat sometimes so she gets her way. This is what happens in my family. So I've took 3 cards out. My wife's favourite film is Christmas Chronicles. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. My daughter's favourite film is Christmas Chronicles as well, which is also on Netflix. Wow. But my son's favourite film is Elf. Elf is a great film. Yeah. So they'll throw these in and they'll say, pick one. And what I'll do is I'll put Elf at the bottom, because I really want my daughter to get her pick. I really want to get Christmas Chronicles. And so what I'll do is I'll say, right, okay, I'm going to go for the one on the bottom, and my son will be really happy because he saw me put Elf on the bottom, and I'll turn it over and it'll be Christmas Chronicles. And he'll get really frustrated. He'll say, you cheated. Elf was on the bottom. And I'm like, no, right, it's Christmas Chronicles. And he said, well, if Christmas Chronicles is on the bottom, it can't be on the top. I'm like, no, right, Christmas Chronicles is on the top. And he said, well, if it's on the top and the bottom, it can't be in the middle. I'm like, no, buddy, Christmas Chronicles is in the middle. He said, Dad, you're using magic. You've cheated me. There's no Elf in there. You took it out when I wasn't looking. I said, no, son, Elf is on the bottom. You don't know what you're talking about. He said, well, if Elf's on the bottom, it can't be on the top. And he said, no. I said, no, son, Elf's on the top as well. He said, well, if it's on the bottom and the top, it can't be in the middle. I said, no, son, Elf's in the middle as well.
So silly.
And he said, well, obviously you're cheating. You got more than 3 cards. I was like, no, look, there's just 3 cards. And so I said to them, I said, look. I said, look, here's what I'll do. I'll turn over 2 of the cards. If you can guess what that card is, I said to the whole family, if you can guess what that card is, then whoever guesses it correctly, that's the film we're going to watch. My son went for Elf. My daughter went for Christmas Chronicles. My wife, Sarah, who's smart, she said, I think it's probably half Christmas Chronicles and half Elf. And I said, screw you all, it's Die Hard, and that's the one we're watching, and you guys have got no choice about it at all. So.
Can I touch the card?
Go for it. Yeah, of course you can.
That's crazy.
Very impressive.
Wow.
I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much.
Where's that coming from, though? I'm like this, looking at it like that.
Hogwarts here, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what it's like in my house.
It's real magic, that is.
I'm going to give these a shuffle, give them a bit of a mix-up, like that, give them a bit of a mix-up, and we're going to try and do something impossible involving this prediction. This is the craziest thing you'll ever see. I want you to hold on to this. I want you to remember that before we did anything, I gave you that prediction, okay? Don't open it just yet. Now, your job is to pick one of these. I'm going to go through these cards one at a time. Anytime you want to, just say stop.
Stop.
Well, it was her that was going to stop there. It's okay. If you want to jump in, that's fine.
Right, it's fine.
Sorry, I thought you meant you guys. I thought it was everyone.
Do you want to
Keep going.
keep going?
Yeah.
Keep going.
Stop.
I was just. Did you want that one pulled onto there?
That one as well, please.
Oh, you want that one
Yeah,
on there
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So that's the one you want.
Yes.
This one right here.
That one right
So if you'd stopped on this one, it would have been It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay.
Classic film. Let's be honest, nobody's ever watched it, but classic film. But this is the one you wanted.
Yes.
This one right here. Can you look at it? Well, actually, let's not look at it right now. We'll put it over there out the way. Because there's two parts to this prediction. The first part is a film. The second part is a number. We're going to create a random number, and the easiest way to do that is to use my calculator. So I'm going to open up my calculator, and I'm going to start with you. My friend, please give me a 5-digit number.
5.
Yeah. 55,000. There, yeah? Now we're going to hit multiply. Can you give me a 2-digit number?
28.
28. That's interesting because that's my IQ. Lovely. Now can you give me a... Give me a 6-digit number.
Like 700,000 and
Exact-
2.
Seven-
700,000 and 2.
So 7000002.
Yes.
Like that, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's interesting. And we're going to multiply it by a single-digit number. Give me a single-digit number.
7.
7. Okay, and we're going to finish off by giving me another 6-digit number.
234,000.
234,000 exactly.
Sure.
Now, you got a choice. Do you want to end there, or should we add one more thing, or times one more thing?
Add one more thing.
Add 6-digit number? Give it me. Or 7-digit number, it's your choice. 5 million?
900,000
900,000?
and 67.
And 67, so 067, yeah?
Yes.
Is that it, or do you want to do some... Okay, we're going to hit equals on there. Okay, that's a pretty damn big number.
Is
111 million. Right, yeah. 212,119. You guys tell me, was that a random number?
very random, yeah.
No way I could have known that number ahead of
But
time.
you do.
If I had predicted that number, and I had predicted that film, and this is the finale of my thing, would that be enough for you guys to go crazy?
Absolutely. Bonkers.
111,000, 212,119, and the film is Klaus, which you wanted earlier on. Interesting. Because if you said stop before her, and it would have been a different film, but she stopped on Klaus. Klaus and 111,000, 212,119. And you've been holding that prediction from the very beginning. Can you open it up?
I'm scared.
Don't do it.
It's the alphabet. That's my prediction. I was expecting whoops, hollers, and cheers, but apparently not. No. When you realize what I've done here,
I'm worried about...
when you realize what's happened here, that's when you guys are going to go crazy. Take the pen. First of all, this is the number that you generated. Now, this tells us what each letter is. 1 is A, 2 is B. Now, 1 would be A, but A is not right. But if we take the first 2 digits together, which is an 11, 11 is a K. Put K. Now, after the 11, we've got another 1, which would be an A. That wouldn't make sense, but 1, 2 would be L.
Stop it.
Then you've got a 1, 2, which would be another L, but that wouldn't make sense. But 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. 1 would be A. Stick an A down. That leaves us with 4 numbers. A 2 and a 1 would be a U. And guess what 19 is? Let's have a look together. 19 would be a, an S. Put down S.
What?
And you guys,
That's incredible.
I didn't even do it. You created the number that predicted the film that you picked.
Oh, that means we're
Where's
the
our
magicians.
check?
It's all on you guys. I didn't do anything. Remember the deal. You guys got crazy to death.
Wow, so good.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So, yeah, I mean, that's everything that you need to know. So, there's so much you can do with it. You can do predictions, you can do direct mind reading, you can do as I do routines. I mean, the possibilities really are endless when you think about this. One of my favorite routines is combining toxic with a calculator with with the Christmas cards, and it's really cool. I do this all the time. So you hand a prediction out, and you say, "Hey, I'm gonna predict two things here. Can you hold on to that? Don't look at it just yet." So you hand a prediction to somebody, and then you show all of these cards, and you show that they're all Christmas cards, right? And they've all got films on them, and you have them shuffle them, and you have them take one. And you say, "Don't look at it. Just put it to one side." Now we're also going to get a random number generated. So you open up your phone, you get different people to give you different numbers, and when you hit equals, you've got this random number, right? And you say, right, so we've got this number, and we've got this film that we still haven't looked at. Turn over the card and look at the film, and it's Klaus. It's always Klaus, trust me. And you say, okay, have a look at the prediction. And when they open up the prediction, it's just an alphabet. It's like 1 equals A, 2 equals B, 3 equals C, all the way up to 26 equals Z or Z. It's like, there you go, what do you think? And they're like really confused, and you go, well, I don't understand. And you go, oh, look, take this piece of paper and take this pen, follow along with me. You see, you guys generated this number randomly, right? Believe it or not, you predicted the film that would be taken. Because look, this number starts 1, 1, 1, 2. So the number goes 1, 1, 1, 2, and then a bunch of different numbers. And you go, 1, what's the first letter of the alphabet? It's an A. Now, A wouldn't make any sense, but there's a 1 after it, so that's 1, 1, that's 11. What's the 11th letter of the alphabet? That's a K. Write that down, K. So they write K. And you go, isn't that a coincidence? You pick Klaus. Well, look at the next number. It's a 1 again, which is an A. That wouldn't make sense, but there's a 2 after it. What's the 1 and 2? That's 12. What's the 12th letter of the alphabet? L. No way. Now there's a 1. What's 1 again? A. Write down A. And basically, the number that they create on the phone predicts the film that they took right at the very beginning, randomly after they shuffled the cards. And the prediction is just there to make it easy for them to work out what letter is at what number in the alphabet. It gets incredible reactions. I mean, I absolutely love this. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, there's some routines that are story driven, that involve, telling stories about Christmas. That's some where you're just literally reading people's minds. There's a great routine where you're actually having somebody think of the perfect Christmas day, and you're having them map out the perfect Christmas day, and you're predicting every choice that they make. You've got some where you have two people think of Christmas movies, and they find each other's Christmas films. There's so many different routines that you can do with this. And I've never seen a Christmas trick before that was a project. I've only ever seen a Christmas trick that was a trick, like my trick Elf last year. There were 2 or 3 other routines on the project, but in essence, it was the trick. That was the trick. That's what you got, right? This is a project. 24 routines, 4.5 hours of tutorial. Do not let that put you off. The first 15 minutes, I explain exactly how the cards work and exactly how the concepts work and the systems and principles behind it. Within 15 minutes, you can sack off the rest of the video if you want to, and you can just go out knowing how these cards work. The other 4 hours, 15 minutes of different routines and applications you can do with it. I loaded it down because I wanted this to be a project. A lot of times when people bring out a Christmas trick, they half-arse it. And it's like, look, here's this thing, it's Christmas themed, hey. And they don't put too much time and effort into it because it's a Christmas trick and people are only going to do it over Christmas. But a lot of entertainers have, professional entertainers have more gigs over Christmas than any other month of the year. And a lot of hobbyists have more opportunities to perform to friends and family over Christmas than any other time of the year. So for me, if you're going to bring a trick out, why not bring out a trick that's a really expansive project all about Christmas films? And that's what I've done with this. Obviously, I'm going to give this 100%. Why would I not? And I know that there's people going to be going, well, Craig's so egotistical. He reviews his own tricks and he gives it 100%. And for those people that say that, yes, I do, because I believe in myself. How could I hypocritically sit here and go, well, Christmas cards is okay, but I'm give it 79%. I wouldn't use it. I would never have bought it out if I'm not going to use it. I'm giving it 100% because I believe in this. It never would have seen the light of day if I didn't believe in it. It's why it gets 100%. It's why I personally think it's absolutely amazing. And it's why you should perform it in your shows as well. 100%, I think it's absolutely amazing. You can get it from Alakazam. Now, they are in the US warehouse as well. Why is that important? It means that you don't have to wait to have it shipped from the UK. If you're in America, Canada, you'll be shipped from continental US. They have, Alakazam have their own US warehouse now. Or if in the UK, obviously, it'll ship from the UK. You can get it directly from Alakazam. You know what the website is. Go and check it out. And it's available now to be sent out to people to buy. So, yeah, that's Christmas Cards by me, Craig Petty. It's my second Christmas release. It's my second of 3 Christmas releases. I had 3 Christmas releases that I always planned. Well, I had 2. And I had one, I knew I was always going to do Elf. And then I always knew I was going to do the following year a different one. And I knew what that was going to be. But this came in its way. Monsters came up and the concept just lended itself perfectly to Christmas. So this has slotted in between the other one. So the one that I wanted to do this year, I've got a year to work on it to get it ready for next year. And yeah, that's going to be really fun. So yeah, it's Christmas Cards. It's available from Alakazam. It's 100%. And that's my opinion. I'd love to know what you think. Please let me know in the comments down below. If you want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Don't forget, I'm going to be back tomorrow with another video. And if you haven't already gone check out the Q&A, please do so. Go check out the Q&A. It is now live and ready to watch. It's a good one this week. And I'll see you again soon. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again. My name's Craig from Magic TV.